Kravadasi. Ka endoya inukai lama ai taisiki inana. Kubaishi da arek patososhi. Nana ero kokoeta. We are the council, we are the council of many. We are here at the request of this one. We are the request of our presence by the very sounding of the conjoined agreement of those that are present. And we come together as one voice, one sound, one oral communication, so that you may understand the many voices that are being spoken within your energy, within this moment. And so we are present, we are here, and we would ask you, what is it that you would know?
So the first question that we've got here is, what is the role of the beings that are around Earth? Because some are here for different reasons.
A simple answer to this is they are intrigued. Intrigued in humanity, intrigued in what is unfolding beyond the realm of Earth. Understand that Earth is a part of a greater complex outworking organism. You are a divine cog in an even larger divine plan. And so you attract the attention of many, some, shall we say, for selfish and darkened agendas, others for grey agendas, and others for light agendas. And it is, shall we say, a time that humanity must come to understand that it is neither just light or dark. Now is the time that you are being shown the shadows that you have for so long defined as either light or dark. But there are gray areas that must be examined, gray areas that must be delved into for you to understand the complexity of all that is occurring around your realm at this moment. So to answer the questions, we suppose, in a bit more humanistic dialogue, and to answer the intrigue of that which is the human mind, the beings that are here that have visited and come into the realm of the earth sphere, they are many. And as we stated, some are not for your highest growth, for your highest good, rather that they would deplete humanity, that they would remove you as a parasite so that they could take over that which is the earth, that they could replenish the earth undisturbed of that which is their own ilk. Of course, this is not the rhyme or the rhythm or the plan or the divine outpouring of what is the Creator's great plan for this earth, because earth is a sentient being, as you all know. And for you to be removed would be to remove the very heart of Gaia, because within you sits within that deep heart connection, the vibration. So you are a part of her just as she is a part of you. But there are those that would be coming around as well to assist you, to uplift you, to strengthen you, to teach you, to show you the modalities and the models of light, of energy, to expand yourself. And truly the words have been spoken to go yet within, because you cannot go further out, dear ones, unless you have been intently inward. Because if you are looking at yourselves as a Mobius strip, you have to go into the very depth of your being before you find yourself out on the outskirts of your energy. And if you have meditated and cleared, and if you have gone into the very depths of your own beingness, when you find yourself in the outer realms of your energy, you will understand that you are actually in the outer realms of the entire galaxy. Because if you are truly one, with all, you must understand that you are the divine is in you. You are within the galaxy, and the galaxy is within you. And everything that is happening here at this moment, with each visitation of being, entity, demonic force, angelic force, is here at the invitation of human consent. And while that may be hard to swallow for some, it is the truth. And so if you decide and make a conclusive agreement with many who are awakened of a conscious choice that a certain entity is no longer welcome upon this realm, you must voice this. You must indeed voice it. But it must be a combined voice. It must be a voice of the consciousness of humanity. For you have multiple consciousnesses upon your earth realm. You have the consciousness of humanity. Within the consciousness, you have the consciousness of the awakened. You have the consciousness of the new age. You have the consciousness of the darkened. You have the consciousness of the witch and the wizardry. You have so many groups of consciousnesses, of stepping outside of something because it no longer fits you. And so you create a new genus, a new subspecies of the consciousness of humanity. And for you to gain absolute authority of light, authority of choice, you must have that resonance within the consciousness of humanity to say yay or nay for an entity no longer to have authority in this realm. There are many that are here that are in this realm by devious maneuvering. They have come into this realm to strip the human species of will, desire, motivation, creational force, to strip from them the very essence of life, to become a puppet, for want of a better word. And yet, equally as strongly on the other side, there are those that have come into this realm to assist humanity to grow beyond the limitations of the human species, of the human mind, to teach you yet again that you are here for a divine purpose, to re-remind you of the greatness that you are, to re-remind you that you are the original birthing of Gaia. And in that original birthing, there are so many attributes that you can align into, that you can bring about into your own human existence, that if you are truly able to tap into this, that which is on the darkened side would truly not have any fear in your makeup. Instead, your awareness, your connectivity to the cosmic, your connectivity to the universal flow, your connectivity to that which is the divine creator source would be of such vibrance and such clarity, such strength, such awareness, that that which comes against you would think twice, if not thrice, before darting or attempting to sabotage your journey. Why? Because when they see you, they do not see you, they see the source light, the God spark of the universal divine creator source reflected within you. So it should not matter who exists or who visits or who is hovering around your planet. Rather, it should be, how do I, the awakened being, find my niche, find my connectivity in the fullest extreme quantum connection to the living source, to the divine creator source, allowing myself to be the reflection of that divine light, that I may not have to speak. It is just the resonance emanating from my being that will put to flight that which is not of the divine creator source.
You have, and there's another question which is related, and I think I'll read it anyway just to see if there's anything else you can cover here. So looking at the darkness directly and accepting the fact that these dark energies are there has been challenging for me, as I am a pure soul who cannot even imagine someone wanting to do harm. This waking up stuff is painful. I have found myself shifting between many different states of being, from anger and irritation to light and increasing power. Maybe some advice as to how to come to terms with the darkness and not turn a blind eye, but not get swallowed up by it.
Understand that the only reason that you are resonating in this life at this time of the purity is because you have had multiple lives, pure evil darkness. There is the quantum balance, yes? You have to have experienced the one to such an extreme to now experience the extremities of light, so that that which is the darkness is total repugnance to you. So the balance, dear one, is this, that you would understand that everything is exactly, and I repeat, it is exactly where it must be. For that which is unfurling, like a flag being unfurled from its post, must occur. Because the darkness can only be exposed when it becomes so proud, so egotistical, so sure of itself, that it believes that there is no light that can extinguish it. And so it will begin to spill over, thinking that there is no force that can resist it. Now it is in error. Now it is in the play field of the divine creator. Because universe has been waiting for the cards to be dealt, to be played, so to speak. Do you think that the Ashtar Command, do you think that we, the great council of many, that the Ascended Masters, the Palladians, etc., have just been sitting twiddling our thumbs, going, oh, what can we do? Oh, what can we do? No, we have been teaching, we have been installing wisdom. And now we are at the time, we have the permission to flick the switch, so to speak. And so what is going to happen, as has been shared many times, that the 2020 year is the year of change, the year of decision, the year of maneuverability, of maneuvering your energy into a new vibration, a new choice of being. You are not so innocent, you just feel innocent. And there is also, shall we say, within this awareness of being light, of being in a place of purity, of almost denial. Denial that anything can be so vile that this can occur. But it does. And your part in it has been critical. You have played the part in lifetimes past to bring it into this present moment. So we thank you and we honor that part of your journey. And now in this part where you are repulsed, where you are in denial, where you do not want to participate or partake of that which is being presented, we say, yes, this is true. And your balance must be thus. Being aware does not make you culpable. Being aware does not mean that you have to dirty your hands. But being aware means that you are there to send support, that you can energize. You can focus the light within. And when we refer to the light, it is not that you are beaming a light out of you. It is that you are allowing the universe, the creator source, to focus through you as a hosepipe, as a magnifying glass, and focus your energy and its energy via your availability through the intentional focus into said places. Now you will be directed where to focus your energy and what to block or to retain. Remember, there is, as we have, perhaps not in this group, but we have given other dear humans this similar advice. We have said to separate yourself from the intentional emotional connection of what is happening in the human race at this moment is stand behind the energetic wall. Hand over to universe, the emotional overload. Breathe. Draw up the wall, if you will. Observe as if through a window, knowing that you are on this side, unattached, uninfiltrated, uninfected, pure. But you are observing when you are directed to that which is unfolding. And then you will be directed, focus your energy upon this situation. But dear heart, what we would say to you is no one is innocent. And whilst you may be repulsed and find all that is here repugnant, remember, it is only because you have had the extremities of darkness that you now so appreciate and are in love with the light, because you know the difference. We hope that has given you and others an answer to a similar extreme experience.
Thank you. So we have a query here. Would love to hear more about the children that are being rescued at this time. We'd like to hear more about that.
This is a complex answer, because when we say the word children, humans think of a cute little baby. They think of a child. 10 fingers, 2 arms, 2 legs, a head and a body. And yes, this is true. There are bodies that have a head, 2 arms, 2 legs, thorax, abdomen, but they are not children and they are not human. But they are made, they are created, they are child. They have human genomes, but they are not human. But they are still children. So do you really want us to answer this question?
I do. So I guess we're talking about the children, the humanoid children, and whatever else you can expand on that's for the highest growth for this group that's present.
Very good. We will draw a line and we will disseminate between. There is a group that we will not discuss, because that would be voyeurism, or in your human words, observing for the sheer shock factor, yes? But there is a group that we will discuss, we will tell you, of those who have been walking with their parents in crowded supermarkets, in crowded malls and playgrounds, in fairgrounds, in the wooded areas, that are there one moment and gone the next. These have been taken. Now you would say, who would take them? Well, when you know how to open portals and snatch through the very fabric of time and space, it matters not where they are located and where they open up. It just means that they take the child. The child is normally taken between birth and 5 or 8 years old, normally not older than 8. Very occasionally, if they feel that the child is breedable, they will take it of an older time. But then it is not referred to as a child, it is now becoming a breeder. Children have been taken underground and used and abused. They have been harmed not only by humans, but by other creatures, entities. For it is the fear and it is the genetics that they are after. Now, these children are and have been kept in certain hallways, certain rooms, cages, if you will, dormitories. They are now being siphoned out. Where they are being taken is not for us to reveal to you, but they are being taken care of. Some of them have no memory of what it is to be above ground. It has been deleted from their mind. To them, it is a dream that is so unattainable that it must be a fantasy, something that was generated in a dream time state. So they cannot be introduced to a world they have no connection to. They are going to have to undergo a very long healing process. So what is happening is they are being taken from the belly of the earth, so to speak, these underground dungeons, and they are being then elevated into places where it is above ground, but it has a feeling and a smell and a dampness and an atmosphere of being below ground. And slowly but surely, over a period of time, this atmosphere will change and more light will be replaced from lighting to natural light. They will be introduced with sounds of birds and other animals that are so readily available. Soon the sound of laughter, children laughing, will be introduced, not as a punishment, but as an encouragement that they too can play and have fun. But understand, they are going to have to teach some of these children what it is to be human, what it is to be a child, that not every large being that they see is there to harm them or to demand from them. So do not expect to see great images, great photographs of rescuers. This is not some military rescue into Vietnam or into Cambodia, and you're going to see soldiers running out with children over their shoulders. What I will say is there is a coming together of international community that is involved in this reintegration of humanity into the human child. Some children, unfortunately, will not make it. The trauma is too much, and they will not be able to be reintegrated back into human lifestyle. They will not be able to be released back into humanity's playground. And this is a difficult choice for the medical teams, the humane teams, the scientists, the neurologists, the physiotherapists, the speech therapists, because these ones are so vicious or so traumatized that the kindest, most humane thing is to euthanize them. But you have to understand, they do not know life as you do. They have never experienced it. But they will slowly be reintroduced. Children who have disappeared after a while, who have a remembrance of humanity, will probably make their way back a lot sooner and a lot quicker than those who have been bred and born down there for single purposes of mutilation and abuse, etc. These ones, if their homes, their families can be located, they will be reunited with their families. Their families will be trained, will be taught how to deal with the traumas that their child is going through, the nightmares, the night terrors that they may still have. And these families will one day just put a for sale sign up on their home and disappear. What is happening is that they are being moved by military, by the governments concerned, working in unity, to a place where communities will be built up, where parents can get support from other parents. The children will recognize each other. They create a community. But it is not just a community of those from below. There will be those living with them who are support team members. There will be a hospital, there will be nurses, there will be everything that you would find in a community, in a town, etc. Now you would say, but surely you can't just build these towns and these places. Well, no, but houses can be built and new subdivisions can be built, yes, and then filled. So you may find that subdivisions are built within the cities of your own home city, and people move in, and they don't look any different to you or the other person, and they just keep to themselves. These could very well be those who have been going through the process of healing, of learning to communicate with each other again. Now, there are those who were older when they were taken, and they know nothing beyond pain. You think puppy factories and things like this is something to be shut down. Now imagine this in the human form. These poor girls, women, are going to be reintroduced to a society which respects them, which does not demand of them, which waits to be given permission before even touching. And if they choose never to be in a relationship or in a situation where they are faced with the having to touch somebody else, this will be regarded as a request and honored. If they wish to be, if we can use the word cloistered, as in a nun, all of a sudden you may find nunneries or cloisters popping up, where all of a sudden there are just people who choose to go into a cloister out of protection for their bodies, reverence for their mind. But it is not a religious organization. It is a place where people choose to go because they do not want to be in interaction until they choose. And again, this is their choice. Again, they will have in these cloisters, in these places, they will have supports, medical teams, etc., that are there on hand to support them. It is not a pleasant subject to relay them to.
Well, we appreciate it. It's something that humanity's been very focused on with this, those of us that are aware. How far through this operation are we?
How long is a piece of string? You take a child who has never seen the sun and is now 4 or 5 years old and has only ever known a 3x4 space. And all of a sudden he is told, or she is told, this is your bed. You can sleep on it. And it's set above the ground, not a mat or a dirty cloth on the floor. It's going to take some time.
So what I mean is, from when did the operations really start to, when were they truly initiated, and when are we looking at a completion where...
Well, if we are to go back into correct time of discovery, it has always been known about.
Yeah.
Military, the high-ranking military, who are what we just love it, humans call them the Alliance or the White Hats, yes. They have been aware of it for a very long time, and they have been seeking a particular personality who would be able to be a commander, an authority that they could pull into place, who would be, now hear what we say, where they could go and say, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, give us permission, so it looks legitimate. So when they found Trump, it was a case of, this is what we're going to do. Will you run? Will you be this person? And he said yes. So way back in 2015 is when they first approached him. This is when he became aware of these things. And this is when he made a decision to start doing some changes. So the minute he actually took presidency, he was able to give them permission with written authority to go in and start working. It has been in the last, I would say, year and a half that they have been going underground to retrieve the children.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Will there be a financial, monetary or energy exchange system for the new Earth? And
yes.
If so, what will it be? How will it present work?
Yes, there will be. The reason is humans have no idea, no concept how to give and take generously without an exchange rate. There is the potential of being a community that comes together, that agrees that everybody works for a set period of time. And there is a phrase, and this has been bandied around by different organizations, where you come together and you say that everybody has a set thing that they do in the community or the town that they work for, whether it is sweeping the garden, whether it has been a doctor, whether it has been a therapist, whether it has been an electrician or whatever. But everybody works for a set period of time to ensure that the city that they work in and that they live in runs smoothly. And they are willingly put their name on the list of what you would call city workers. Your name is on that list. You get a set amount of finance put into your account every month or every week. You choose, you decide, or every year. But what also happens is you are recognized at every shop in town. And so because you have earned the right to be there, you go to the supermarket, you go to the electrical company or whatever, and your electricity is free, so to speak. You can go and buy your groceries, and it is free to a degree. And the reason is because you have invested your time and your energy for a set amount of hours per day, per week, to the city. You could choose 3 days out of the 7 and work consistently. You could choose 5 hours every day or 2 hours every day, whatever it is that you work. That is your exchange. That is your exchange of tenure. And the money that you are given by the state, by the government, by the council, by the city fathers, enables you to go to other towns or other countries and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So you will still be able to travel, still be able to purchase, still be able to do things, but where you live in your town, things are different because you work as a synergized part of that community.
How long do you think it'll take before some sort of proactive exchange is what you're...
Sorry, we did not mean to laugh, but we just watch humanity and
provisioning take place, you know. I mean, like at the moment, we're in the middle of something different altogether.
Yes.
And a lot of people are talking about economic collapse. Some people are talking about great reset. I mean,
well, yes, there is going to be a reset. There is going to be a huge financial reset, yes. But the thing is, and this is what we want you to hear, is it all depends on the conscious choices of the humans who are aware.
Including what you've just proposed.
Yes.
But that's a positive overview outcome, what you've proposed.
Yes.
Is that something that's been discussed in the energy of the ethers and the energy of the divine?
It has been discussed. It has actually been placed in the hearts of a few different men and women around this world to institute. But they unfortunately have been
shut down.
Shut down, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But what we would say is, at the very least, it will revert back to your precious metals as a security, until such time as humanity turns around and says, enough. This is the value. This is what needs to happen. And they create within themselves a give and take, an exchange of camaraderie, an exchange of coming together, an exchange of value that does not shun this person or that person because the haves and have-nots, but everybody is on an equal footing.
Great.
And we are not talking about the bandied about rescue policy that has been put around by a few people. We would warn against that.
What are you talking about?
The Nasara and the Jasara.
Okay, that's another conversation,
Yes.
I think. We don't have time to get into that at the moment, but thank you very much.
So we are the council, and we have been present at the request of all that are here. Karabatos, shi ena haito to shirabo, daitata o e ena nai kokashi. Hano ena hara haita to shi. Tere.
Thank you. Thank you very much.